So there's a bunch of them in there. You can do searches for them down. You can do searches for them here. Sorry about that. And then you can select topics, activities, and this really just creates a library prompts that go into ChatGPT. And then what it'll do is it'll give you a little bit of insight into what it needs in order to complete the content build from there. Hey guys, Jesse here. I got another quick training for you. Today I'm going to talk with you about how we're utilizing ChatGPT to compress timeframes and hopefully move the needle, not only for us, but for our clients when it comes to closing the gap on their competition. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jesse. I'm the lead designer at Razor Networks. For the past decade, we've been helping our clients optimize their online environment and automate their customer lifecycle. Today, I'm going to talk with you about one of the plugins that I've been utilizing pretty consistently with ChatGPT and some of the things that I've started to do when it comes to repetitive tasks. These would be things like writing descriptions in regards to videos, writing video scripts, writing sales scripts, video sales letter scripts, all kinds of different activities that we do over and over again where we use a framework in order to accomplish that, meaning that it's got specific items that we want to have inside of the actual content, and we want to write it in a certain format in regards to the style of the writing. Well, with ChatGPT and this plugin that I'm going to talk with you about, it gives us the ability to do that relatively quickly. And the plugin that I'm talking about, I actually set up one of the paid subscriptions to ChatGPT so I can get a little bit more access because, of course, it's flooded and inundated with users. Hey there, Jesse here, and this is not a glitch. I paused your video for a brief announcement. First and foremost, you've been getting value out of this content. Do me a small favor, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it very much, and it helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Let them know we know what it is that we're talking about. Secondly, if you'd like to get access to future trainings, go ahead and jump over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, set up notifications so you don't miss a single one. Lastly, all these videos are meant to be interactive. So if you have any questions about the content I'm sharing, good or bad, go ahead and meet me in the comments section and I'll get those handled for you. Now back to your video. But the plugin that I installed, and I actually went to Chrome in order to do this, is the AIPRM for ChatGPT. And what this does is it gives you a library of pre-built prompts for ChatGPT that you can utilize in order to streamline and or compress the time frame associated with repetitive tasks. This would be, doing keyword research. This would be doing, product descriptions, things of that nature. And what I've been doing is I've been utilizing our conversion framework and also our web production framework that we utilize internally to build out our own prompts. So this is one of the prompts that I built out, web page content with the Razor conversion framework. And I built out and have tested this several times where we're basically over a course of testing the prompts that I'm putting into ChatGPT, I've actually originated some really great content. And as you can see here, when I click on that, it prompts me for the inputs, right? Company name, location, and keywords. So this would be to optimize for local search when we're talking about a product or service and or generating content around it. And it comes with hooks, headlines, FAQs, and persuasive bullets for any given product or service, utilizing our web production framework, which basically breaks our web production projects into buckets. And this would be one of the business pages that we would create for our customers. Now, we follow our development framework, which is to do the design build, move into marketing and marketing automation so we can start driving revenue for our customers, and then come back around, optimize the content on the page, do some analysis, run it through some of our tools to see how the page ranks and the structured data associated with the page. And then we also can optimize our PPC campaigns. Now this can be applied not only to web content, it can be applied to video content. There's a lot of tools out there that are starting to apply this type of AI tools to image contents and things of that nature. And I'll be going through it as we roll out some more of these, but I'd hardly encourage that you take a look at ChatGPT and the AIPRM ChatGPT plugin for Chrome, and then look up some of these prompts that I've published to the library here. So there's a bunch of them in there. You can do searches for them down. You can do searches for them here. Sorry about that. And then you can select topics, activities, and this really just creates a library prompts that go into ChatGPT. And then what it'll do is it'll give you a little bit of insight into what it needs in order to complete the content build from there. So again, I'm utilizing it. I'm building out repetitive tasks in regards to scripting. Also out building out repetitive tasks in regards to sections on potential web pages so that we can build out optimized sections with clearly defined calls to action, persuasive bullets, and things of that nature. This would be compressed content as opposed to the entire web page. It would be a section of the web page associated with that. And then I'm going to do some more for LinkedIn posts in regards to that, and then also video posts on YouTube, video descriptions and posts. And then we'll basically pull in some of our created content and then utilize some of the AI content in order to optimize the video description for specific key terms. So a lot of things are going on in regards to AI. It's really changing the game when it comes to the speed at which we are able to produce content around repetitive tasks. And once we get the content, the initial content laid out, and we can start the marketing process and driving revenue, that'll give us the ability to come back through, optimize that content based off of SEO and optimization as it sits today, or as it will emerge in the coming weeks and months, and then take a look at backlinks as well through our backlink strategy. So a lot of really cool stuff. I just wanted to share that not only with our team, but also with our community in regards to how we're utilizing ChatGPT and also the AI PRM plugin in order to create a library of repetitive tasks and utilize that library in order to compress timeframes on production schedules. So that's all I got for you today. Let me know if you have any questions. Meet me in the comment sections. I'll be happy to answer those for you. And until the next time we speak, make today and every day a fantastic day. We'll talk with you real soon.